Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. This is Hany Ismail from Planning Engineer website. I'm happy to be with you in this live session. I will start my live session with some point in mind, and you are welcome to ask any question in planning in the comments, and I'll be very happy to answer it for you. Okay, today topic. I was thinking about what makes a planning engineer a really good planning engineer, and what makes your company will give you more attention and will pay you more salary, and you will be a very special person in your company. What is the most reason in your opinion? Think about it from a different point of view. Now, no one knows what you are doing technically, although it is very important to have a very good technical background and you have very good skills. But there is something really I can find many planning engineers is missing it, or missing this concept. The concept of being useful, the concept of being productive. What I mean, I found too many engineers. They are very smart. They having a very good technical knowledge, but when it comes to the attitude or how they are dealing with the project team, it is very difficult. Let me give you one example. We have two persons or two personalities. One personality will find a solution for each problem. So this is the personality I need you to be to find a solution for every problem you have. The other personality, it is not only in the planning, it is in the all fields, all professions. They will find a problem in every solution. For example, your project manager is asking you, Mr. or Mrs. Planning Engineer, we have a very urgent report, we need to submit it now. I can assume that 50 to 60% of the engineers will resist this, will say, no, we cannot do, I don't have things, I don't have my laptop, I'm not ready. They will just find an excuse not to do the job in a proper way. The other 40%, in my opinion, they will find a solution. Even the time is very short, they will tell the project manager or construction manager or whoever is asking them to do a task, okay, what about reducing the scope of work? This, what can be done on this time? So you provided a solution for the problem. You did not provide a problem for the whatever requested from you. So the mentality of the planning engineer, in my opinion, it worth a lot. It worth a lot. It will make you special, or it will make you just like any other engineers on the side. Some engineers also they escape from doing things. They just don't want. They just don't bother themselves to do any tasks. They have some certain routine tasks. They are doing it. They are not open for change. They are not open for modifications. They just don't want to think. And this is very dangerous, not only in your career, but it is very dangerous in your mentality, your mind. You need to be open person. You need to learn and do whatever it takes to see what is new in the field, improving yourself, and this will make a huge difference. Believe me, it will make a huge difference. So my advice to you, please find a solution for every problem. Don't put obstacles in every request they ask you to do. This will make you jump over all the other engineers because you deserve it. You are adding value to your company. This is my point of view. You think about it is a win-win situation. When you are providing value or adding value to your company, they will appreciate your values. Of course, we know that all the private sectors, it is only business-wise, but also you need to think about the other party. okay, that your company, your manager, what is the adding value you are giving to them? This is very important. So now, if you are welcome to ask any comments, any question related to the planning in the comments. I'll be very happy to answer it for you. And in the meantime, I would like also to discuss a very important thing regarding the skills of the planning engineer. The planning engineer, as we always say, he is or she is not a tool. The planning not equal to Primavera. The planning could be a smart person. He should be smart or she should be smart, because we are dealing with too many inputs from different sources. So you need to have a good mind and good analytic skills, okay, in order to be able to provide your final output. And the most important thing, just before you issue your report or you send your email or you did whatever job required from you, again and again, I'm repeating this advice. I'm doing it myself, especially when it is important report or if it is important email. After you did everything, don't send. Just relax, take 5 minutes break, go drink something, and come back to review it. Believe me, you will find mistakes. You will find an opportunity to improve your report or your email or whatever you are doing. And this second review will enhance your work. You know that it is easy to start or to get from 0% to 50%. Very easy to have something 50% accurate. Now, from 50% to 80, 85%, it is more difficult. But to get from 85% to 95% and plus, this is the professional way and it is the most difficult, because this requires analytic skills, feeling of the numbers, feeling of your project, how it looks like. This is what I'm talking about. So, in order to be a special, okay, you need to pay more attention to the details. And it is not difficult, to be honest. It is just by practice. You will do it one time, okay? Second time, in back of your mind. By the way, our mind do one of two things. This is scientific fact, not my finding or something. Our mind do one of two tasks: talking or thinking. So if you are talking, less thinking. If you are not talking, more thinking. So, and also multitasking is not exist. I have one colleague, maybe he is watching me now. I like his work, but he used to work over the phone or talk over the phone and work. And I was telling him, the human being cannot be a multitasking. And I did for him a very simple test. You can do it yourself. This is a very simple test. Type A, B, C, D until the end, and type 1, 2, 3, 4 until the end, until 10, for example. Okay? And do have a stopwatch. See what is the time you did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 till 10, and A, B, C, D until 10 characters, and use the stopwatch. Now, try doing A1, B2, this is multitasking, C3, like this, and see the time you will get until you finish this task. Definitely, the first one will be in less time because our mind is not multitasking. What is happening? That you are switching between two things. So, if you would like to do something, focus on it. Don't do anything. Don't talk over the phone and doing a schedule. Don't chat with your colleague while you are doing something critical. However, if it is a routine task, you are not thinking, you are just doing it without thinking, okay, you might do two tasks. But if it is something required your focus, it is something required your attention, you cannot simply do two tasks at the same time. And this is my own experience. I'm giving it for you. You are welcome to take it. If you have another opinion, you are welcome also to discuss it with me. So this is was the two topics I would like to give you highlight before going to your comments. Let me see your comments here. And okay, we have one comment from Mr. Abdul Qadir. Assalamu alaikum. Most planner load costs as one resource. They don't lose the cost with each resource based on its units. Any reason? Okay, this is very nice question. Loading resources. What is the purpose of loading resources? First of all, we are loading the resources because we need to create the cash flow. We need to have some weight in order to do our progress update, right? Okay. What is the use of having in Primavera, I'm talking in Primavera, different resource for each unit, or let's say I have a $10 million project. How can I put the cost with different resources? I agree with planning engineers who is doing the cost as one resource, but we need to have another sheet. This sheet, we call it cost loading sheet. This sheet, it has the very details. It has each details, how we calculated this cost, what is the relevant BOQ item, what is the quantity for this item. So I can always come back to this sheet and check whatever information I want. So I don't see any problem at all to have one resource for the cost. If you have something else in mind, please let me know, because during my experience, I didn't face any problem having the cost loaded as one resource. Okay, hi. There, do you require a trade in electrical or mechanical in order to be recognized as a planning engineer? Do you require a trade? Okay. Uh, as I understand this question, there is a big demand for MEP planning engineers, and they are very few, by the way. Most of the MEP or the planning engineers working on electromechanical companies, they are civil, but when they are mechanical or electrical, they are much better. And I don't know why electrical and mechanical engineers don't pay more attention to the planning. There are jobs for NEP planning engineers, definitely. Think about it. We have a MEP company. So why they don't require a electrical or mechanical engineer to be their planner? But the planning should be very good in the planning. This is the most priority for the companies. Then the second one is the discipline, or the civil or mechanical. So if you are electrical engineer or mechanical engineer and you are thinking to be a planning engineer, be sure you are very good in planning and your opportunities will be much more than the civil engineer to work in an MEP company. Okay, I will start a new job as a scheduler. Any advice, please? Okay, my advice to you is to learn, keep learning, keep learning, keep learning. So, Hani, what you are meaning by keep learning? How we will learn? We have two things or two ways of learning. Okay. The first way is you have to understand the concept of the project management. You have to understand the concept of the planning, and you need to practice doing some projects, doing some training. This is the first thing. Second thing, during your project, you need to learn your project. Go ask your project team how we are going to do this one. What is the sequence of the activities? Attend some meetings. A request to attend some meeting as a listener. Since you are a new planning engineer, say I will not bother you. I will not do anything. I just need to listen. What is the hot topics? To know that the activity is important activity. So when you know that this activity is important, you will pay more attention to it, right? And of course, there are too many courses you can learn planning. And actually, I'm surprising when I find someone is looking for a job, and he or she has plenty of time. They wait until they got the job, then they start thinking how to do the job. You have the time right now. If you don't have a job, you have the time right now at this moment. Start learning right now. Don't wait. Practice. Do one project, two projects, do everything, whatever it takes to provide a good schedule. This is how you will find your weakness and start strengthening them and putting efforts on yourself. This is my opinion. Okay. I have a problem keeping layout based on filter, WBS filter or activity code filter. When copying the XCR file, the filter become vanished. Always I need to rebuild the filter. Yes, this is true. Let me tell you why. When you are making a filter for the WBS, that you are telling the Primavera, okay, I need you to filter the WBS or the WBS path, okay? This, let's say, project 1.x.y.z. Okay. When you copy your project or you export it and import it again, I'm trying to implement the same filter on the WBS, the project name will change. Okay. So my advice to you, if you would like to keep your filters, when you copy the project, okay, rename the new project as the old one and keep the project with the filter as the new one. For example, you are doing the update for March, okay, and you have all your filters, you have everything fine, and you have no problem. Now you would like to do the update for April. You are copying March and paste it and rename March as April, right? If you'd like to keep the same filters, when you copy the March report, okay, rename the original as April, okay, and start using it. You will find the filters same, not a change. But as of my information, there is no way you can keep the filters for the WBS and the activity codes because the project name itself will be changed. If you can maintain the same project name, you can avoid this problem. Any advice to where to find planning or scheduling jobs? Actually, LinkedIn filled of jobs, and we are providing a free service in our website, planningengineer.net. There is a jobs section where you can say we are collecting jobs and posting them. You need to upload your resume, and then you can apply for these jobs. But my advice to you, you need to have a very good LinkedIn profile because now companies, the first things they will look for you, even if you're sending them your CV, they need to look to your LinkedIn profile. So LinkedIn, it will be a very good start. Tried, I think this question related to the previous one, exporting to the filters, it will not work. To be honest, yeah, as I told you, because it is related to the project name, the project ID name. Okay, my baseline has around 10,000 activity, and each activity has detailed resource loading. And the big challenge come up when we schedule the project and open the project. Sometimes it takes hours to import a project. Okay, my question would be why you have a 10,000 project. This is the first question. I don't think in construction projects we need 10,000 activities. And then you loaded big resources for each activity. The Primavera capabilities is limited. Yani we cannot dump data on Primavera and trying to let it work for us. The other workaround, you have to decide one of two things. The first thing is to reduce your activities or to reduce the resources for each activity because there are huge calculations when you import activity or when you run even the schedule. Uh, to be honest, I don't recommend to have a project more than 3,000 activity. This is my maximum because I don't think it is visible or it is durable to have this much of activities. Otherwise, you can segregate your project into sub projects. So you can open each one individually and you can make links between each other. So this is what I can think of. Otherwise, you need a server or a bigger computer if you would like to maintain the same activities with the same details. You need to have a really very fast computer. From one of your courses, I noticed that when you create activity list from BOQ, you only make one activity for many tasks like shuttering, pouring concrete, curing, removal of shuttering, equal concrete work. Yes, this is my favorite. I don't like shuttering, de-shuttering, and then that's it. By the way, this is exactly linked to the previous question. Okay, I will, if I did this one, especially if it is a big project, okay, and I'm doing 3,000 activity. By doing concrete work, I'm not breaking down into shuttering, then steel, no, it will be shuttering first side, then steel, then MEP work, then shuttering second side, then pouring concrete, then removing the shutter, or maybe I have curing also, so I'll end up with too many activities. Okay, my strategy is to load each activity with cost and resources. Now, how I'm going to load these activities with cost and resources? If I have the time, or if it is a small project, I can do it. If it is only a concrete project, okay, I have only concrete. So, okay, I'll pay more attention to the concrete work because it is only concrete. But if I have a full scope project, I have MEP work, I have finishing work, I have too many things. How many activities I will have? I will end up with 10,000 activities and I cannot do anything about it. So before you do your breakdown, you need to think and really think good. Okay, how I'm going to update this schedule, how I'm going to report this schedule, how I'm going to submit a claim later on if I required. So this is my point of view. But if you are happy to have this much details, it's okay. Is FEDIC Red Book 1999 helpful study for planning? Yes, take a look. Yani, because the FEDIC is a good reference for contracts for information. And we have few clauses only for planning, by the way. But the contract engineers, contract managers, they will be more detailed on this one. So my opinion, yeah, know about it. It is good to know about it. And also not all the contract 100% copied from the FIDIC. Sometimes you copy some clauses, sometimes you modify the clauses, and you need to read your contract. This is what most important than reading the FIDIC. Greetings, sir. Can you please put me through on delay analysis and extension of time? Thanks. Okay. Delay analysis and extension of time. Mainly, we have two main methods for delay analysis. We have, or maybe you can say three. We have as planned, okay, and window analysis or time impact, and as built. The delay analysis, first of all, you need to check your contract. Is there any predefined method? So you have no choice. It is written in the contract. Whenever there is a delay, you need to use this method. Okay. The second thing, you need to agree with your consultant or the client who are going to review this extension of time or delay analysis about what you are going to do before doing it. The third step is to Do it in details and make the reviewer life easy. I'm always repeating myself in this point. uh, if you make your reviewer or extension of time reviewer life easy, he can then or she can then review the claims fast and then give you your feedback. Okay. Some planning engineers they don't know how to do extension of time. Okay. We all started not knowing how to do things. The correct action to do is to get a nice course explaining to you the extension of time with a case study so you will know. Simple. And when I say learn, this is an investment. You need to invest in yourself. This is not a money you are paying or an effort you are doing for nothing. No. You will pay it once and you will get the benefit for the rest of your life. So keep learning and keep learning from a good sources, whether it is a local source in your country or it is online. But be sure to practice. This is my point. Be sure to have some real project case studies. This is the most important thing. Okay, and then try to do it by yourself. Mr. Muhammad Nasser, please brief me about schedule comparison. I cannot brief you about schedule comparison. What do you mean by schedule comparison? Okay, Mr. Muhammad Nasser, this is an advice not related to this specific question. Okay, this is advice from your brother. You are asking something from your project team. Okay, you are asking something from your project manager, from your colleague. Please do some efforts to explain what is your request, especially if he is not forced to answer you. For example, you are asking your project engineer what is the sequence of work. So I can see some planning engineers will say, okay, what is the sequence of block work? Full stop. So 90% that this engineer will not reply you again. The other way around, you can say, okay, engineer, greeting, blah, 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 blah. I was planning the block or masonry works for our project, and I was wondering if you can give me some more useful information about the sequence of work for block in each floor. Which floor you are planning to start first? Are you going to start from up down or down up, or are you going to start two floors at the same time, three floors at the same time? Now you might think that your question is very clear. It is very clear. I'm asking about the block work masonry or the block work sequence of work. But put yourself, okay, for someone external, always try to be clear. Okay, someone who doesn't know what in your head, how you are thinking. Okay, so in that case, he will be motivated or he will be willing to answer your question. Coming back to your question, schedule comparison. If you would like to compare two schedules, as I understand from your questions, you can do it from Primavera itself. There is a tool in Primavera which you can add two schedules and it will give you the difference between the two schedules. This question could be also schedule comparison between the planned or the baseline and the actual. So how many possibilities I'm thinking about? A schedule comparison between earned value, planned value, or a schedule comparison between revision 1 and revision 2, or a schedule comparison between recovery schedule and the baseline schedule. This could be too many things. I cannot answer all of them. Can the project progress be monitored by cost and weight? Which one is preferred? What is the basic principle to assign weightage? Okay. The most famous one, let's agree, the most famous method is the cost. This is the famous, which is the earned value management system, and it is used in almost 90% of the projects. We can use another factor, which is the man hours. We can calculate how many man hours for each activity, And from this man hours, we can have another KPI, key performance indicator, to tell us, okay, based on man hours, this is a project complete plan to be completed by this percentage, and the actual percentage is this much. Should we make material submittal for all given material in POQ? Definitely not. If you are talking about the schedule, definitely not. We are only in the schedule putting the key materials only. The key materials will be the material, like I don't need to put scaffolding, for example, unless it is a very special type of scaffolding and it is affecting my progress of work, right? But I need to put the tiles, I need to put doors, I need to put ceiling, I need to put MEP equipment. But we should have another documents, what so-called material procurement chart. Yes, in this Excel document, you can put all the materials you would like to do. Why I'm against having all the materials in one place in the schedule? Because we need our schedule to be focused. Now think about it. Now you have shuttering, now you have steel, now you have reinforced steel or rebars. You have all of these materials. How you are going to link them? How you are going to update the percentage? How you are going to find the procurement percentage? You need to think about these things before adding this to the schedule. In my opinion, we should only add the key materials. Mr. Muhammad Nasser, please explain critical path versus longest path. This is very nice question. Okay. What is the longest path? What is the critical path? The longest path is the activities with the less total flow. Let's say your project planned to be finished on 1st April 2022. Okay, and you did some updates, and now you have delays. The delay is okay. Some activities are delayed 10 days. Some activities are delaying 5 days. Some activities are delaying 1 day. The longest path will summary or gather all the activities that delay 10 days. So it will only catch the most delayed activities. However, any activity with a delay, it means it is a critical path. Total float is less than 0. Longest path is the less total float. Less, why I'm saying less? Because this is negative. So if it is minus 10, the project is delayed by minus 10 days, total float is minus 10. All the activities with minus 10 will be the longest path. Okay. Who has the final call on duration of activities? The project team, not the planning, okay, not the construction manager, not the project manager, not definitely the client, but it is a combined efforts. Like you as a planning engineer, you are advising them, okay, based on our available resources, based on the project duration, I see this duration is reasonable. Sometimes you will see that the project manager is telling you, oh, Mr. Planner, we need to extend it a little bit. Let's be on the safe side. Yes, okay, no problem. Or you might hear from the construction manager, no, 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 no. Reduce this percentage a little bit because I would like to have more duration in the successor activity. Okay, so fine. So, in my opinion, the planning engineer will recommend the duration and they will do everything actually. Then, if there are some comments from the project team, like, okay, we need to increase this one a little bit, we need to reduce this one little bit, okay, then he can or she can implement these comments. However, if you see something not logic, you should not agree about it. What I mean by not logic, I mean that you have 10,000 square meter of tiles and your project manager telling you we are going to do it in 10 days. It means that we need to do 1,000 per day. And you know that we cannot do it. Then you need to open the discussion telling your project manager or construction manager, oh, this is a huge quantity. How are we going to do it in this one? We cannot do it. Then you open the discussion and try to give your point of view. As I said, it is a teamwork. It is not one man show. I know it is difficult in the construction projects to have such calm and productive discussions, but we are doing our best. We are doing to deliver as accurate as we can. I'm not dreaming of this smoothie environment, but at least I will not make a disaster. I will not agree to put a duration that I am 100% sure it cannot be achieved. This will be my mistake, definitely. Okay, Mr. Abdul Qadir, thank you very much. You are most welcome. I would like to give you the opportunity, if you have any questions, if you have any comments, you can send it to my email info at planningengineering.net. I'm replying you guys. Since long time I didn't make live sessions, so I made this one. Hopefully, it is useful for you. I have to go right now, so I will end it up. And as I told you, if you have any question, you are welcome to ask me. Thank you very much. See you in the next slide.